Welcome back. We are looking good. Yes, indeed. But what am I doing here in Rimuldar? Well, remember that one guy who said we had to have a fighter's ring to look cool? Well, guess what? I have a fighter's ring. And what's he going to say about my awesome ring now? What? Anyways, in our last adventure, we went through the grave of Garhead, and that means I got a silver harp. Now if I play that outside, I will get attacked by monsters on the spot. Indeed. But wasn't there something like a magic temple to the south? Yes, there was. I should give you more information on that real quick here. And this is a magic temple down here, except it's not magic. It's just a temple. With a bunch of weird people. It's a magic place, it's not a magic temple. So we must go to the south. But it's dangerous down south. That's right, we're tough. We can meet the enemies around here. Easy cheesy. Maybe take 1-2 hits. For measly 5 or 4 damage. So let's go south. South of Rimuldar. Indeed. Through the mountains and forest. Although warlocks still are a pain in the butt. That's alright. You know, I really should start carrying more fairy water along with me. But more importantly, wolf lords. Yes, we saw them in the Garm's grave. Now they're the harder enemies down south. Too bad that doesn't matter. Next hit kills you. Or it would if I wasn't such a unlucky person with a random number generator. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, going down south. Along with the Wolf Lord, we'll meet some familiar enemies, and some new ones as well. And it seems my zones are mixed. Sometimes you'll get a weaker enemy from the previous zone, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, I got level 13. Yes, I planned this ahead of time. And that beautiful response speed, agility. And I learned a new spell. The spell of Return. That will return us to Tantegel Castle. And nowhere else. But still, very, very valuable. Speaking of valuable, here comes the Gold Man. He looks fierce, but he's not really. He has some decent armor at lower levels, but he doesn't hit very hard. And what's our reward? A whopping 160 gold. But its experience is kind of low. Weird. Basically, that's the game's way of giving you almost free gold. So, if you need a lot of gold, here is a good place to grind. Pretty good for experience as well. Because it's relatively safe. Monsters here won't cast anything too devastating. Including the Wyvern. We took him out fairly well at level 12, so we can take him out even better at level 13. And he gives us a pretty good amount of gold. And decent amount of experience. You ever notice those wyverns kind of have vulture heads? They kind of look like ducks too. Ducks with wings. Giant wings. But the rest of their body is kind of like worms. They have no legs either. So, did they just gobble everything up in their beak? That must be how they fight. They hit you with their beak. But watch out for the older ones. Used all the magic wyverns earlier in a failed take. They're dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, I'm getting more critical hits. Excellent moves. And they truly are excellent. They tend to negate a lot of armor. And usually hit for around 1.5 to 3 times damage. And before we get, let's show those stats real quick there. I'm looking good. But most of you will probably be higher with your names, because I found out that I chose the worst possible name for statistic growth and statistic beginning. Status. Stairs. Let's talk to a crazy old man guarding a treasure chest. Kinda like that one quest. Wait a minute, we forgot to do a quest. Yeah, that guy way up north. But let's deal with this guy to the south. Hi there! What? He can't be serious. And he cast a spell of outside on us. That jerk. So I guess we'll have to return to him with our quest items. We already have the Stones of Sunlight. And I suspect that silver harp will be traded in for something we can use as well. And before I go, yes, that's Poisonous Marsh down there. I'm trying to encounter one more type of enemy, but he's not really showing up. That's because this is Wyvern Island, and you're more likely to get wyverns than anything. See, try it one more time, and if he shows up, I'll just tell you. If not, so be it. There he is, the Wraith. He's not a Wraith Knight. He doesn't have a sword. He's not quite as tough as the Knight, but he still has this spell of heal. And he's just a slight bit more powerful than your typical skeleton, which you should be able to destroy in 1 or 2 hits right now. And when I return, I'll trade in this silver heart for a fabulous prize. Magma okay? Saying goodbye, and hello, Drakey. Where did he come from? Laters.